When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from Duluth News-Tribune will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at DuluthNewsTribune.com.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Wednesday, July 31st. I'm Wyatt Buckner with your Duluth News-Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. City administration wasted little time in seeking to enforce restrictions against unauthorized camping on municipal property after Duluth City Councilors clarified local policies for dealing with homeless encampments late Monday night. Early the following morning, city staff posted notices at Priley Circle around what had started months ago on the City Hall lawn as a pro-Palestinian encampment. The collection of tents has since evolved and mushroomed into a refuge for people experiencing homelessness as well. Signs alerted Priley Circle occupants that they would have 7 days to vacate the premises. After that time, the city will presume any remaining property to be abandoned. While most lingering debris will be treated as trash, city officials said they will work to identify and return any significant documents discovered during the cleanup, such as stray driver's licenses or social security cards, to the rightful owners. Francois Medion, a homeless advocate residing at the camp, laughed off the notices when he saw city workers posting them Tuesday morning. While pro-Palestine protesters created the encampment, Medion said most of the original group had recently vacated the space, leaving a population of truly homeless people in their wake with nowhere else to go. City officials have seen emergency calls to Priley Circle balloon in recent weeks. There have been 2 fire calls, including one involving a tent, reports of assault, and intoxication and suspected overdoses, as well as other health emergencies. Sanitation has emerged as another public health concern, prompting the city to finally take action. Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert said he still views Priley Circle as an appropriate public space in which people should continue to gather freely to express their political and social views. Life at the encampment has been chaotic and has been plagued with overdoses and occasional violence, Medion said. He contends that many of the people now living there suffer from mental health or addiction issues. Furthermore, he said there has been routine harassment of the camp, with some particularly disruptive passerby throwing M80 firecrackers and shooting plastic guns at the encampment. Medion suggested Reinert visit the encampment to better understand the circumstances of those residing there. He also accused the city of needlessly making life tougher for homeless people staying in Priley Circle when they shut off a faucet that served as the camp's only source of running water. During a meeting Monday night that stretched past midnight and included nearly 4 hours of public testimony from 81 people, the city council approved a slate of public safety ordinances, including some meant to deal with the particularly thorny issue of homelessness. Mayor Roger Reinert had proposed city staff be empowered to charge people who live in unauthorized encampments on city land with a misdemeanor, punishable by the prospect of up to a $1,000 fine and as many as 90 days in jail unless other housing is available for them. But councilors balked at the prospect of charging homeless people with misdemeanors for the crime of potentially having no other suitable place to go, amending the ordinance to recommend no more than a $200 fine. Reinert pointed to his election in November in a mayoral race that drew 54% of local registered voters to the polls, following a campaign heavily influenced by public safety issues. He noted Duluth does not have the option of charging people with a misdemeanor for camping on city land, unlike many other communities in the U.S. Instead, the only compliance tool in the city's quiver is an administrative citation with no more than a financial penalty. John Cole, executive director of CHUM, an organization that operates Duluth's largest homeless shelter, said the number of available beds is insufficient to accommodate unhoused residents. Council President Roz Randorf raised concerns that the current court and probation system would be ill-equipped to handle an influx of cases involving homeless people. Nevertheless, 4th District Councilor Tara Swenson remained supportive of Reinert's proposal to allow for misdemeanor charges to be brought against homeless people illegally camping on city land. Randorf said counselors have been working closely with the local Stepping On Up initiative to end homelessness in hopes of providing new options, including sanctioned campsites where unhoused people may pitch a tent with access to proper sanitation, hygiene, and supportive services. Counselor Mike Mayo noted that nearly 600 individuals currently are experiencing homelessness in Duluth, according to the latest survey by the Minnesota Dash to End Homelessness. The council ultimately voted 5-4 to support an amended camping ordinance with less severe enforcement mechanisms than city administration had proposed. Councilors Mayo, Azreen Owl, and Wendy Director voted against the ordinance, citing what they viewed as a need for more work. Swenson joined in the minority vote as an advocate for the tougher line Reinert had proposed to draw. Now here's a look at your forecast brought from the News Tribune's Northlandia podcast.
Duluth area weather forecast for today. A little patchy fog this morning, otherwise turning mostly sunny with a high in the mid-80s today. Fairly light wind out of the south. Some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low in the mid-60s. Widely scattered showers and storms tomorrow. A little bit of sun with temps in the low to mid-80s on Thursday. Sunshine Friday with highs approaching 90 degrees. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist John Wheeler.
Thank you to the Northlandia podcast for their support. The bi-weekly podcast explores curious and unique stories here in the Northland. The latest episode explores an Evelyn artist who sent his work to Eleanor Roosevelt. You can find that episode and others at DuluthNewsTribune.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Peter Passy and Macklin Caruso. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.